Hey everybody, my name is Patrick Schwerdtfeger, the author of Webify Your Business, Internet Marketing Secrets for the Self-Employed. I'm very proud of this book. It's my second book. And there's more coming, by the way, but this is my second one. I'm proud of it. And we're going to spend a few minutes here talking about chapter 57. 57? 57, and it's entitled Write a Press Release. Well, first off, you might be hearing that, 57, and thinking I'm crazy. Guys, the book has 60 chapters in it, but they're each like 3 pages long. Super short, punchy little chapters, so it's not as intimidating as it might sound. Let's talk about press releases for a second. PR has changed. Media has totally changed in the last 10 years. Because in the good old days, you were targeting just media outlets. Okay, but today, you're in many cases targeting search engine users as well. And let me explain that. If you send this out and it goes in the newspaper, well, it either makes it or it doesn't, and there's strategies to do with that. But today, all these media outlets have a website. And these websites are huge. They're big news websites that have good page ranks, so they rank really high. Okay, and in many cases, if you do a press release, it may not make it to the print version, but it may make it to the online version. But either way, if it's on that website, it's going to rank really high, right? Which means that if people do keyword searches for things that your press release is about, that story is probably going to rank really high and get a ton of traffic pretty easily. So it's an opportunity for you to get your message out and not only reach the consumers of that media, but also to reach people who are using search engines like Google. And of course, there's millions and millions and millions of those. So that's really the idea. Now, the deal is getting your story picked up is not easy, right? We all know that. And really the trick in it is to get some sort of a hook. For example, if you're going to write something on Labor Day, I'm actually recording this video on the day after Labor Day 2009. So that's in the top of my mind. So if you had a hook about Labor Day and you send out a press release, then you've got a shot, at least some interest, because all the news, the media outlets are going to be doing searches. They get like tens of thousands of releases. It goes out over the wire, more than they could ever go through. So they have search engines essentially, or search facilities that they can use to search through all of the releases that came in over the wire. So I can bet you that there's media outlets all over the place that are searching for Labor Day oriented press releases. And if your release has something to do with Labor Day, it's going to come up in that search. So you always want to get a hook. What's relevant? What's the season? What's the big news item? What's the prevailing news story? Is there something going on? Years ago, there was one year in particular, I think it was 2001, before the September 11 attack, during the summer. It was like this summer where all the news stories were about shark attacks. It was like this shark attack summer where all the news stories were about shark attacks. And the interesting thing is that it turns out statistically there was actually less shark attacks that year than an average year. But for whatever reason, it got picked up. Maybe it was slow season for other news, so one shark attack got picked up. And as soon as it happened once, there was the media outlets and the public at large was tuned to looking for shark stuff, and so these media outlets were doing searches for shark attacks and finding other stories, because they do happen. And so they were picking up all these stories where statistically it was actually a lower than average summer for shark attacks. And that shows you the importance of trying to get in with one of these hooks. Figure out what the prevailing news story is today. Think about what it is when you're watching this video. What's going on? What's the major news item? What's the upcoming holiday? What's the interesting thing that's going on? What's the buzz? And send your press release out to integrating with that, and you're going to get a much higher chance of getting picked up. 3 platforms I'm going to mention to you, and actually only 2 of them are in the book because one of them I discovered after I wrote this, which is cool. So number 1 is prnewswire.com. prnewswire.com, very powerful, especially if you're targeting media outlets. It's a very powerful platform. prweb.com. prweb.com, particularly if you're targeting search engine users. They're very good at optimizing their releases. Good one to use. And the last one I'll mention is prmac.com, as in Macworld, as in Apple, MAC, prmac.com. That's an interesting one, and that's the one that actually is not in this book. I just stumbled on it. The interesting thing is PR Newswire, it's about $300. PR Web, about $300. PR Mac, $18. $18, and I got pretty good results. I sent out a couple of press releases on PR Mac, and I got picked up by a few people. So PR Mac is a great. Obviously, it's targeted towards the Mac world, but that doesn't matter. I mean, it's part of this. It's part of the population, right? Send it out there and save some money. Test them. All right, so guys, you can get this book for free, and I hope you do. Just go to this website right down here, put in your name and your email address, and I will email you one chapter every week for a year. So you'll get it for free, but it's going to take a little while. Secondly, if you're on YouTube and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. There's a yellow button around here somewhere, and that way you'll get notified of future videos that I do, and I'm going to do a lot of them. I already have, and there's more coming. And finally, if you are on YouTube, right down below the video, you can write a comment about this video, and I beg you to do it. It's good for me, and it's good for future viewers, and it's great for the rankings. Good, bad, or indifferent. If you don't like the video, that's totally cool, but write it. Write it down here. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.